The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised. The Full Melt.
We're working to end these conflicts.
People say,
Everybody pay attention now.
Popping up.
pot shops. Everywhere I go.
Shooty.
Everywhere I go, pot shops.
Shooty.
Pot shops.
In several towns.
Drug houses. Pot shops.
Bill Shooty.
Pot shops. Drug houses.
Bill Shooty.
In several towns.
Medical marijuana.
Bill Shooty.
I voted medical marijuana everywhere I go. Medical marijuana drug houses. Medical marijuana drug houses. But
Clarify Michigan's medical marijuana laws.
I voted for. People say,
Bill Shooty. Shooty.
I voted.
Voters approved medical marijuana in 2008.
But
We're working to end these conflicts.
drug houses, pot shops.
Bill Shooty.
I'm not considered in a closed lock facility, therefore I cannot use the medical marijuana defense.
Bill Shooty.
We're working to end these conflicts.
Here in Michigan, oftentimes people feel like they're alone.
Who the Oakland County Sheriff's Department had guns to my daughter-in-law's head.
Pot shops, drug houses.
Medical marijuana dispensaries have been popping up in several towns.
I voted medical marijuana everywhere I go. Medical marijuana drug houses. Medical marijuana drug houses. But I voted for the people say, I voted for legalization of marijuana.
And it is my obligation to my country and my people to stand up, and fight for the medicine that we need.
We voted it in. We're working to end these conflicts. Let us do it.
But.
Guns to my daughter-in-law's head.
I voted.
There are more penitentiaries being built in America than there are schools.
I'd be sad, just as sad as he would be if he lost custody of me. Because my dad has had me for 10 years. I don't want to lose my dad. And I don't want to lose my family.
Bill Shooty.
Are you high? What are you talking about?
This is the Full Melt.
The Full Melt Show. A marijuana discussion about news, culture, politics, and lifestyle. FullMelt.com. Toll free. 844-420-TALK. 844-420-TALK.
And coming to you live from the PetPain.com studios. It is an egregious version of the Full Melt Show. Egregious to that bastard Bill Shooty. Oh! Incidentally, the Bill Shooty song is available on iTunes. For you Michiganders who hate Bill Shooty, it's only $1. It is called the Billy Bong Song. We made that song a couple years ago. You know what I should do is I should circulate that song to the Electronic Dance Music Festival out in Detroit. They always have that festival every year. I'll bet you that would be a big party goer right there, that song. If you want to download it today at iTunes, the Bill Shooty song. Listen, Bill Shooty has issues. We called him Billy Bong because back in the college days, Billy used to suck down on that bong. Talk to his college roommates, talk to all the people. He's the Attorney General of the state of Michigan. He's also a favorite of the Dow Chemical Fortune. From Midland, Michigan. Now, just, I don't know, if you want to connect dots here, can you see why the people who, had money and got Bill Shooty into public office, because there's a long history of Bill Shootyism, might want to favor the prohibition of cannabis in the United States? I mean, it's principally Dow Chemical who is responsible for creating, things like rayon and nylon in the absence of hemp. I'm not telling you lies here. I'm not making this stuff up. Bill Shooty is the same guy that Michigan hired when they created the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act through ballot petition initiative back in 2008 during the first presidential cycle that President Obama took office under. So they passed the Medical Marijuana Act and at the same time hired its principal opponent, the guy who was putting all the money together to advertise against it. There's nothing that will keep pot shops out of Michigan in this law. If you guys pass this law, there's nothing that'll keep the pot shops, and there's nothing in this law that will keep pot shops from cropping up all across the state of Michigan. And then as soon as you hire him in to be the attorney general, the guy who's supposed to back citizens, the guy who's supposed to stand up for Michigan law, gets his ugly meat hooks in there and starts ripping it apart, starts gutting it from the inside out like some parasite. And I'll just tell you that today he dug his ugly, minion hooks in again, hurting autism patients. Autism. Look, there's a whole bunch of studies, like a big pile of them. And for a while, this lady, let's see if I can reference her name. Smith is her name, I think. She petitioned. Now, there's a creation inside the law that says, look, you got to have hearings to add conditions as, people are able to present a case for adding it to a qualifying list of conditions for medical marijuana in Michigan. And they just kept dragging their feet on this. They wouldn't hear it. They refused to petition. They said, we've heard this before. We don't want to talk to you. Go away. Not adding autism. Forget about it. And so, being that there's due process in this country, petitioner took it to court and said, look, there's all this evidence. There's a process here to add the condition. These people at this department, created by Governor Snyder, incidentally, way after the creation of the Medical Marijuana Act, took it over from the Michigan Department of Community Health, which was principally charged with handling the traffic coming in for people looking to get a card under the program in Michigan. And so as the story goes, they wanted to get this added, and they were just not going to do it, just not going to hear it. So today, finally, there was a hearing. Boy, you're gonna want to hear this news. If you haven't heard it already, if you're in Michigan, you're going to want to hear this news. And I don't care what state you're in. If you're doing a medical marijuana program and you have a list of qualifying conditions, whether it was set up by the legislature or whether it was done by petition drive, doesn't matter. Most of these states have a process by which you can petition whatever department's in charge of handling the medical marijuana program in your state to add a condition. I mean, it's really not, I don't think it's an overreach. I think it's, amenable within the purpose and intent of the law. Let's just face it. This is a list of people who have chronic illnesses that need attention. And let me just address somebody like, there's some people in Michigan that are in the legislature that are just no-nos. They're just like, no, there's no such thing as medical marijuana. Really? There's no such thing as medical marijuana. Rick Jones, pay attention, son. Just saying. Rick, I don't care if you are a former Eaton County sheriff. I don't care. If you're in there meddling with this process, and you clearly are. Mr. Schuette, same thing. Shame on you, sir. Oh, you're going to be mad when you hear about this. Don't let this happen in your state. For the people who are, looking at ballot petitions, bringing this on in Ohio, legislatively in Pennsylvania, if you've got a petition drive going or if you've got some other process that's going to create a medical marijuana law in your state, don't make the decision to hire the chief opponent as the guy who's got to stand up for you when it comes to court time. That's just a really, really bad idea. I don't think it was intended, but gosh, if it's a comedy of all errors to elect this guy at the same time that you pass the law he's principally against. I mean, he made it like a spearhead of his initial 4 years in office there. I can't believe this state rehired that bastard. I'm just saying, I can't stand him. What he's done for this state has been horrendous. And he is a clear bell ringer. Outstanding bell ringer of governmental corruption in this state and as a position in the country. Look, this is a guy who's got aspirations to become governor and one day president. How can you have a history like this with the people that you are supposed to be representing, that you're supposed to be standing up for, that you're supposed to be defending? Do you think for one moment that when you raise your right hand and get sworn into office under any other additional political career, that we will believe anything that comes out of your little mealy mouth? You've got another thing coming. Bill Schuette's done more bad things to hurt innocent people than I can count on this entire town's hands. I'm just telling you. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. We are in suburban Detroit. It's nearly that many. I'm just saying. And if it isn't, it certainly feels like it. It's a mess today. So we've got that to talk about. Jamie Lowell from the Third Coast Compassion Center. Have they changed their name? I keep, I don't know. It used to be, I don't know. It's Third Coast. We'll just call it Third Coast Ypsilanti. How's that? He was down there with Rick Thompson and Michael Camorn and a bunch of people from the Planet Green Trees show observing this nonsense going on. And so shortly we'll have him on the phone to discuss that. Outside of that, I'm going to have, this is another Michigan thing, but as long as I'm on the story of Michigan, Jamie Brickey, she's got a case where, the police said they're not going to return her stuff. They're not going to give her stuff back. Her money, it's just a little bit of money. It's not very much. They did a raid. I don't think any charges were ever leveled. Won't give her stuff back. We'll have her attorney hopefully sometime this week. As we're preparing to go to Chicago after Wednesday's show, we'll be in Chicago for Thursday and Friday at the CANA conference. You'll hear a commercial about that in the upcoming break. So we'll have Neil Rockhind on, and maybe we can get Jamie on as well, and she can explain to you what happened and, kind of give you the chronological timeline. But we'll be talking about that this week. Also, later on this week, we have some information coming forth from California talking about how marijuana is affecting the environment. Oh, the water problems in California, they're all pot's fault. It's kind of a strange story, but it would seem that the drought in California was, in my opinion, not caused by marijuana, but the water conditions there under the drought may be exacerbated by not only legal pot growing, but of course also illegal pot growing. The enforcement guy's coming up later this week as well on the Full Melt Show. We get started with the hoopla coming up in a moment.
You're getting the Full Melt.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at canalock.com. Visit canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
Get growing with GrowMax. Indoor, outdoor, beginner, or a warehouse full of Gavitas. Probiotic organics, or huge production with Max Power monster aeroponics systems. We can help you rock it. YouTube GrowMax with 2 X's. Customer service is why we're blowing up. And I'm Dave. My cell number is 906-221-2111. We also specialize in electrical and HVAC and new double-ended bulb technology. 906-221-2111. Get growing. GrowMax.
Get the Beach Bong ready for sunshine and sandy beaches in Negril, Jamaica this November as the High Times Cannabis Cup moves from Amsterdam to the Caribbean. Your Your trip starts with the absolute best rates on airfare, hotel, events, and all your Cannabis Cup travel needs at TravelCannabisCup.com. Come stay with us, relax in the sun, play in the sand, and smoke down with the cool people, man. Get to the High Times Jamaica Cannabis Cup. Best travel prices right now at TravelCannabisCup.com.
My Compassion's Cannabis Conference and Exposition will be held July 23rd to 25th. The nation's premier cannabis health and wellness event will feature stimulating and comprehensive presentations that are up to the minute on cannabis science, human health, legislation, and business growth, all designed to attract the largest gathering of patients, healthcare professionals, lawyers, and service providers found anywhere. Specialists from around the country will give live presentations on cannabis. For tickets and information, visit mycompassioncanacon.com.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show. Am I getting some feedback? I got some feedback. There was something weird happening. It's new music. I love new music. Welcome back to the program. Look, boy, my blood's just a boiling. I mean, it's a boiling. I know what it was. I was feeding back to Jamie Lowell. Jamie, welcome to the program, to the Canalock No Smell lines. Are you there?
Thanks.
Hello?
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Boy, it's terribly noisy on this line, Jamie. I got to call AT&T and get them to fix this crap. Listen to that hum. It's awful. Are you there?
All right.
Look, I'm going to try.
I'm here.
I'm going to call you back on another line. I can't take it.
Okay.
All right.
No
Jamie Lowell. Oh, it's just horrible. The buzz on that line is worse than, something from some headband or something. I'm just saying. See if we can get Jamie's number. I got to look it up now. This is what happens in live radio. I love it. I love live radio. Keeps you on your toes. See if we can get him in here. Do. I got the doo-doos from Robert. Filling the hole with the doo-doos. Do. One ringy dingy. See, there's no buzz on this line.
The number you have reached has been disconnected.
Let me try this again. Apparently I can't dial right either. The doo-doos didn't work out. Oh, now somebody's trying to call the other line. Who's calling the studio line? I don't know. Let me do it. Who's on the studio line? Hello? Oh, Jamie, what are you doing? I told you I'd call you back. Hang on. Jamie, are you on this line?
This is Jamie, yeah.
Okay, I don't know who's calling the other line. That was weird.
Maybe Lisa.
Oh, maybe so. Hang on a second. Lisa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Lisa, we got to get you on a different line, too. This is the line that I just dumped off Jamie on. Can I get you to call the toll-free line? Call the 1-844-420-8255. You got it?
844
420
8255.
8255.
Got it.
Thank you. We'll connect you up. Thank you. Sorry, this line's horrible. Those AT&T people, Jamie, I'm going to have to smack them around a little bit.
Yeah, this is not the standards of the Full Melt Show by any means.
No. There's usually, I was saying, there's more buzz on this line than the headband I got. Anyways, you gotta make it relatable. Listen, Jamie, tell us what happened out there today. Give us the lowdown. There was a hearing. It was a court-ordered hearing because the state was dragging their feet. Give us the scoop. Line it up for us.
Yeah, okay, so there was an application for, and I'm not directly involved, kind of giving you my impression, what I've learned about it. Some of the people involved, Dave Brogren, Dr. Michael Camorn, attorney Tim Knowlton, Joe Stone from the UP, who really did a lot of the original analysis, and that's what's in question, was a lot of scientific data.
So we're talking about adding autism to the qualifying list of conditions in the medical marijuana program in Michigan, right?
Right, and this was Lisa's application.
Okay, so we got Lisa on the phone now,
joining us tonight.
Yeah, let me join Lisa, and let me lock you in, and then join Lisa. Lisa, are you there? Oh God, this line's buzzy now.
No.
Jeez. There must have been is it the rainstorm doing something to the phone lines around here? I don't get it. Well, we're going to have to contend with it. I wish I had some equalization I could pull out the buzz with. I don't know. If it gets too much, it'll be all right. Let's just move along. So, listen, Lisa, tell us really quickly before Jamie tells us the timeline of today. You had a petition to add autism as a qualifying condition. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you're from what part of Michigan now?
I'm in Belleville.
Okay. So, you have a child with autism. Is that the deal?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so what made you come to the understanding that medical marijuana might help him and then file a petition to add the condition to the list?
Well, currently my son qualifies under the legislation with his secondary diagnosis of Dravet syndrome, so he has seizures.
Oh, okay. So he's got the seizure condition as well.
Right. So he already uses cannabis to control his seizures.
I didn't know this.
And when we started using it for that, we also noticed that we were having success with helping his autism as well.
I see. Now, so you didn't necessarily need to add the condition so that he could benefit because he was already benefiting under another condition.
Right.
Not necessarily that that's a good thing. I mean,
right.
It's a good thing that he had the access to the medicine despite the other qualifying condition or potential qualifying condition not qualifying. But it's bad that he's got two qualifying conditions. That's a bad situation.
Correct.
So, you went to file a petition, and what happened?
Well, I was contacted because of my experience with NOAA to petition to help get it passed as a qualifying condition because there are several children out there that don't have another qualifying condition like NOAA does.
Okay.
They suffer from severe behaviors, cognitive impairments, and the list goes on, and nothing available to them now has helped them. So a lot of parents are having trouble finding something that works. And if they had access to cannabis to help treat their child's severe autism, they might.
So I'm trying to get to the part about the what happened when you filed the petition. Not about. I mean, I guess the process is really lengthy, and I know that you're attached to it directly. So there's a lot of information that's available to you that people won't generally understand. I'm looking for what people can understand. You went to make the application by yourself or with some other people. Is that what happened?
With some other people, yeah.
Okay, and then what happened then? They didn't have the hearing.
No.
Okay. I'm being indicated by some people that this sound is awful on this line. So what I'm going to do is ask you if it's okay. I hate doing this, but I'm going to ask you to call me back again. I'm going to busy up this line and free up another one so that you're ringing on a different line. Because I'm sure people you might be having a hard time hearing me too as well. I don't know. But I certainly want to hear you around to this and what happened. Could I get you to do that? Call me back again. I hate doing that, but it's awful sound.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to busy up this line. Go ahead and call me right back.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Okay, now I got to do
Your
this.
call
there
ended.
we go. Okay, that call ended. I'm going to busy the line up. There, now that line's on hold, so you can't ring on that line now. Jamie, are you still there? Boy, that was awful.
I am still here. Yes, that was pretty rough. She was saying some very important stuff, but that was a kind of a rough sound.
Yeah, it's tough to deal with. Are you on the speakerphone, Jamie? Because it would be helpful if you were not.
Okay, is this good?
It's just really echoey, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not on the speakerphone right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Phone.
So, let me see. Oh, dang it. See, now she's ringing in that stupid line again. I busied it up, and she's ringing in on it. Dang it. How did that happen? Oh, good Lord. No, I give up. Are you there?
Yes.
I busied the line up, and then it rang right back in instead of going to the next line. I don't know. It's pretty bad, though. Well, let me try it one more. I'm try it one more time. Give it one more shot. I'm sorry. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. What a mess. I'm going to try this again. So
Your call has ended.
Okay, we know it's ended. I'm going to put it on hold anyways. No, I don't want to put it on air. Do it down there like that. There we go. Now we hold it up. Put it on hold. There it's on hold. I hope she rings in, Jamie, at the next line before this thing goes dead, because it might do that. I'm just going to keep it down there. That way it can't. There we go. I think I got it fixed now. So, Jamie, there was some... I'm going to run out of time here. There was some interesting stuff that happened during the petition today. Can you give us the meat of the important stuff, the part that really is going to...
Dave Brogren basically caught that they were not using the court-ordered application, which included a lot of additional scientific information that helps to, meet the standards for the data necessary for the panel to suggest that the condition be added. And so while they figured that out, he made a motion to not have the vote. Some people were hoping that they were going to get together today and vote it in, but because of some of these things, that really couldn't happen. And I think Dave did a great job. He's with Cannabis Patients United. He's been serving on this board for getting additional qualifying conditions. He had to get approval by the governor, and he's maintained a good status with that. He represents us really well, and he caught this, which looks like shenanigans. Obviously, there's no proof of it, but we all know the behavior of our Attorney General. This fits that MO of being restrictive and trying to confuse things and that type of stuff. So had they gone through with the information they had available, it would not have been complete enough really to assess the condition.
All right, I'm cross-eyed already. Let me just re-sum this up so that makes a little more sense to people from just a layman's standpoint. Because a lot of people are not familiar with the people involved in this process, nor do they probably care. I'm just trying to get to the heart of what happened here, and you're saying that there was an application that was made, and it wasn't heard. Am I correct in that? Initially.
Right.
So then... it
was denied. Yes, it was denied.
Well, it was denied? They heard it and denied it?
At one point, yes.
Okay, so it was the same application then?
Well, I believe that was the thing. I mean, as I caught it today, the Attorney General's office was treating it as if there were two applications or a different application. Whereas there was only this one, and it contains a lot more information than was disseminated amongst the people with which to, make these considerations.
All right. So now,
Dave Brogren caught that. Go ahead. Sorry.
So that's okay. What I'm trying to get to, there's something in here that makes this a little bit more confusing, because this case was heard by this committee that's kind of an appointed committee. Am I correct? The committee's appointed?
Yes.
Okay, so there's this appointed committee. They have this hearing in front of them, and they deny the hearing. They say, no, we're not going to add autism. But this was a different group of people. It's not the same people that heard it today, was it? Same committee, different people on the committee, right?
Yeah, there were different people. And I guess at one point there were some conditions that were originally approved, maybe PTSD and autism maybe early on, and it was a decision that the panel was not assembled correctly or something like that.
Right.
So perhaps that decision was taken back. That could have been the way it went down. But the point is, they went to say, hey, we really want to do this again with all this other information. And they say, no, we already said no, you can't reapply again. So there was a lawsuit with Tim Knowlton and Michael Kamorn to get it reconsidered.
Okay.
And the judge said, you got to put this one. So that was how it got there.
So in the petition is a lot of medical evidence, a lot of data, a lot of study. That backs the position that autism would qualify as a condition with medical marijuana. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, correct. There's a Dr. Bogner. He's a gynecologist. He has a child who has autism and has become very familiar and understanding of the issue and how it works, obviously through his own child.
Okay.
And he was there as well. Okay,
so now they have the hearing today, and what you're saying Brogan caught, which is the attorney representing the petitioner, right?
Brogan's not an attorney. He's on the additional conditions panel.
I got you. So he
kind of represents the community very well. That's all I'm saying.
I got you. So some of the members on the panel are from state, some of them from law enforcement. Is there somebody from law enforcement there?
No.
Okay.
These are like there's like a psychologist and some other medical doctors, and this is all. And we have Dr. Crocker, who's also on the board of Michigan Normal. Who's
okay. So there's some representation from the cannabis community, and there's some representation from those who would want to balance the panel, right?
To a degree, yes.
Okay.
I mean, it seems to be a little stacked, but I mean, just from what I gleaned today. But yes, I think that's it theoretically.
That was the general idea. And so the panel that originally heard the case gets dissolved because they don't qualify to be a panel under the law, so they had to re-put the panel in. New panel sits down under new appointees, and they say, we're not going to hear this case. It's already been heard. So Comorn files a lawsuit, and in the lawsuit says, look, we've got this petition. Here's all the information. Judge says, no, you have to hear this. This has to be heard, right?
Right.
And then today, Brogan who's on the panel, discovers that the Attorney General has edited the information that was court ordered to be heard.
Right, exactly how it got there. I mean, that may be explained by somebody else, but yes, in other words, what they had was limited information compared to what was actually submitted. And that was the point.
Potentially omitting all of the information that would back the proposal that they add the qualifying condition in the first place.
That's the heinous act that we saw, which I don't believe was just a careless mistake of some kind or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's claiming it was, but
I would
they
say
seem to have somewhat folded and are going to allow the information to be included now, from what I understand. But we'll see what this means. It seems fishy.
So now they've postponed this. They haven't made a ruling today, even though everybody was anticipating an up or down vote on this. There was no vote because they didn't have all of the information at the objection of Brogan. The information was re-included to be considered.
That's I believe where it is at the moment, and there's some conditions with which the meeting gets rescheduled. Perhaps a new date has been set. I think it may have. What it is, I'm not sure off the top of my head.
So,
and then it goes from there.
I think
there was previous testimony that was very moving by many people, along with the science, and it was somebody from our community, from the UP, who really did a lot of the analysis on this. It was very impressive, and worked with the Dr. Brogan, who I mentioned earlier.
Jamie, it appears
on establishing a lot of this data. Let me get very compelling.
Let me get Lori in here real quick. Is this Lori?
Attention.
Lisa.
This is not a sales call. You've been referred by a friend or neighbor.
Oh, jeez. I get the stupid telemarketing call during the show. Can you believe it? I thought it was going to be Lori. Lisa? Did you say Lisa?
Lisa.
Oh, sorry about that. Listen, we're hitting the break. I got to run. At least you can tell that I've got the music thing under control, Jamie. You're not getting blasted out by music. We can hear you now. Hang on a second. We'll try and make some more heads or tails of this. Coming up, we hit break. Always up against the clock. Stand by. More coming up in a moment.
You're getting the full milk.
My Compassion's Cannabis Conference and Exposition will be held July 23rd to 25th. The nation's premier cannabis health and wellness event will feature stimulating and comprehensive presentations that are up to the minute on cannabis science, human health, legislation, and business growth, all designed to attract the largest gathering of patients, healthcare professionals, lawyers, and service providers found anywhere. Specialists from around the country will give live presentations on cannabis. For tickets and information, visit mycompassioncanacon.com.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pet.
You know, it's not easy out there, but it can be easier. And when it comes to medical marijuana in Michigan and chronic pain management, Dr. Bob Townsend, renowned for his patient advocacy and deep understanding of how patients and medical marijuana certifications fit together, makes it his hallmark to educate and provide the best holistic treatment for your condition. His knowledgeable staff makes you feel warm and welcome, and Dr. Bob makes you feel well. With locations across the state in Cadillac and Gaylord, Kalamazoo, Marquette, Mount Pleasant, Muskegon, Saginaw, Traverse City, you can't beat the convenience and feeling you get knowing you have someone on your side that cares. Denali Healthcare is on the web at denalihealthcaremi.com. Get answers to your holistic health questions or schedule an appointment now by calling 989-339-4464. Chronic pain management and holistic health answers is what they do. It's all they do. DenaliHealthcareMI.com. Get your certification and peace of mind now by making an appointment with Dr. Bob Townsend at 989-339-4464.
Get the beach bong ready for sunshine and sandy beaches in McGrill, Jamaica this November as the High Times Cannabis Cup moves from Amsterdam to the Caribbean. Your trip starts with the absolute best rates on airfare, hotel, events, and all your Cannabis Cup travel needs at travelcannabiscup.com. Come stay with us, relax in the sun, play in the sand, and smoke down with the cool people, man. Get to the High Times Jamaica Cannabis Cup. Best travel prices right now at travelcannabiscup.com.
Get growing with GrowMax. Indoor, outdoor, beginner, or a warehouse full of Gavitas, probiotic organics, or huge production with max power monster aeroponics systems. We can help you rock it. YouTube GrowMax with 2 X's. Customer service is why we're blowing up. And I'm Dave. My cell number is 906-221-2111. We also specialize in electrical and HVAC and new double-ended bulb technology. 906-221-2111. Get growing. GrowMax.
It's the Full Melt radio show. All right, Jamie, we're getting off to a crazy start on a Monday. I mean, a Bill Schuette show is not what I was planning on for a Monday. But it's my fault. God love you, Jamie. Listen, I really wanted to open up the show with a bang. It seems like it went up with a whimper. I don't know. I think it was a lot confusing, I think. But I think in the long run, I think it's good now that at least we know that there will be a hearing. I think Rick Thompson from the CompassionChronicles.com reported that they will reconvene at the end of the month.
There you go.
So they have at least identified a problem, and at least Brogan, thank goodness for Brogan, because I think godness. I said thank godness. Thank goodness for Brogan because he managed to, pull one out there, do us a solid, and do what somebody on that panel should be doing, which is cross-checking and making sure that things are on the up and up. Don't you think, and I know that you're not Camorra, and I know you're not an attorney, but don't you think this would have violated a couple of things? First off, the court order, if they didn't include that information. And then second off, perhaps, due process?
And what do you mean exactly?
I don't know. Isn't there some due process that is supposed to happen here? Wouldn't there be? I don't know. That's more of an attorney question, I guess.
No, I mean they were fulfilling their requirements. I suppose by whatever the rules and all that kind of stuff is. I mean, I'm not sure if they could get really into that type of thing. I wouldn't think so, to be honest with you, just by the nature of like these hearings and stuff and what their point is and how they're structured. I mean, I don't think they have like much power.
No, I'm just saying it would be a violation of due process if they didn't hear the condition. If they didn't hear the petition.
Well, right. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. It'd be a violation, as Dave said during the hearing, I believe, of the court order.
Right. So you got due process, and then you also got the violation of the court order itself. I mean, the judge ordered it. So it shall be said. So it is written. So it is done.
Well, I mean, I think that the attorney general's office, people were disputing that, but then again, it seemed as though they conceded that they were going to, include this in that it should be in. So,
so it's basically
strange how that happened, and in a way, how they kind of folded to that.
It's basically a fast one. I mean, he tried to pull a fast one here, and he got busted.
Right. That probably has a lot to do with it. They know they were wrong. It just seems as though they want a particular outcome, and I'm just would be surprised if it's turns out to be what we all want. I'm just pretty pessimistic at this point.
You've lost confidence in the integrity of the process, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and the influence of the Attorney General is pretty strong. I'm sure they believe that they have their argument. So even if they're defeatable or challengeable, then this puts another burden on the people such as Camorra and Tim Knowlton and the others who work with them, Chad and Dave and others, and it just makes it another tough battle. As we
what really bugs me, Jamie, is the hypocrisy of all of this, because this is Mr. Schuette, the chief guy who's supposed to stand up and back Michigan law, stand up for the people of Michigan. He's the guy that is supposed to defend Michigan. Here he is using children as a platform on which to stand and say, no pot shops in Michigan. Pot is illegal. We're not going to allow it, and there is no medical marijuana. What about the kids? The kids are so it's a gateway drug. They're all going to be stoned. They'll never learn anything. It's awful. Using the same position, spinning on his heel and saying, oh, no, these kids don't deserve this stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously we understand why the Attorney General was trying to work against gay marriage. I think most of us supported him on that, but it's just despicable that he would have anything against cannabis.
Do you think we could get him to vote yes on gay marijuana? That's what I want to know.
Ultimately, we'll get him. He's one of the toughest ones. It's just a matter of time.
Eventually,
no, I mean, it's just an example of, you know, he just chooses which direction to go in. He doesn't have an obligation. I mean, so he works, he works on behalf of. What do you mean? Wait a minute.
I take offense to the notion that he doesn't have an obligation. He has an obligation to defend the law, right?
No, he doesn't have an obligation to go in these directions that he is going in. I mean, he says that he must. Well, I mean, obviously the decision's been made. It's nullified now, so, you know, for the better. But he used to say that he has to support the voters when it comes to, you know, the 10-year-old, statewide initiative that banned, you know, same-sex marriage. He felt as though he really had to fight and stand up for that. Right, and meanwhile, he's worked against the majority on the medical marijuana. So he just chose which direction to go in each case. I mean, other attorney generals around the country chose to work on behalf of trying to change that policy because they thought that the consciousness of the people had changed and that we know more about it now, and that all the things that you change policy over when you kind of get to that point. It's just in society.
Well, was it? It doesn't. Governor Lickenpooper has of Colorado has. I like Lickenpooper. He has. Doesn't he have an attorney general that is pro cannabis for that state? I mean, didn't he stand up behind that law? Didn't he defend that law there? I don't know. Maybe you don't know.
I don't know for sure. I know they've had a lot of people in their legislature and government who have supported it.
Right,
over the years.
Especially the chief person, the AG of the state, the attorney general. Anyways, well, it seems that this is taking.
As we know, that would really help out a lot.
It would tremendously help if we could get the guy who's supposed to stand up and defend people to defend them. But if he's busy arming himself with the law as a sword rather than a shield, it's not going to work so well.
Yeah, he's very personally selective, and it's not a secret to any of us who have been hanging out in Michigan watching this stuff unfold over the years.
Well, and you have been pretty close to this.
He is the lawyer for those departments, so obviously he's not going to give them the kind of advice that would fit along the idea of what we would think would be reasonable.
Well, you've been very close to all of this stuff. It seems like anytime there's a major legislative angle happening, you're down there in Lansing, aren't you?
Yes, I am, absolutely.
Even to these, a lot of people would consider adding a new condition to the law kind of minor. It's not minor to those people that have that condition, is it?
No, I was speaking with Dr. Bogner, and he's like, in some cases, there are some seizures and some other things like that maybe could get into the chronic pain, chronic nausea, muscle spasm type qualifications without actually having to be, autism. But there are lots of cases where the child, by nature of the condition, cannot communicate things like pain and things like that, and you really need to be able to just have this condition be on the list so that they can get right to it and start helping the kid out without fear of any, criminal charges or anything like that. I mean, it's just kind of an absurd scenario. But our opposition is so thick that, within the Attorney General's office, that it seems as though they just want to keep this one on. There's such compelling testimony in the hearing before this that I wasn't there, but the reports on it were just very moving, and along with the scientific data, to kind of think that they could come to the conclusion that it would be a bad idea to add this condition is almost mind-boggling. But of course, we're not really surprised by it.
I just think it's the most underhanded of moves for the Attorney General of the state to omit information pertinent to the adding of a qualifying condition to the Medical Marijuana Act so as to thwart that attempt. It's just so underhanded. It's mind-boggling. The lengths and extents to which this state will go to keep patients from having safe access to marijuana is just beyond me. Did we lose you?
It only takes a couple people sitting in positions of power to do that. We all know the majority does not particularly support that kind of policy, but Bill Schuette is the Attorney General. That's a strong position.
Can you give us an update, Jamie, in the by on the condition of MI legalized? Because this would go back and answer a lot of this problematically, wouldn't it? Wouldn't MI legalized where it passed, answer a lot of these questions?
I believe it would, and it also solve some of the problems with some of the issues with the current medical act, and maybe potentially with the legislature, the legislation that's pending in the legislature right now.
It sure would be nice.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I was just going to go on about MI legalized.
What state are we in with that, real quickly? Because we've only got a couple minutes left before we're out of time here.
Well, I mean, we are ending the period of time for matching funds. We're doing a really good job of fundraising. We leave July with $250,000, over 1,000 statewide volunteers, getting a lot of regular signatures, lining up professional political campaign organizations. We have the guy who was very instrumental in getting the wolf preservation legislation on the ballot and passing last year. He is our campaign manager. We are a real campaign, and we are a viable campaign. If we keep meeting our goal for each phase, it's actually going to come down to us getting enough signatures to get on the ballot. And we'll have to take it from there, but that is a real possibility. That's a real thing.
Jamie, on behalf of these people, I'm out there like a warrior collecting signatures every single weekend. Were it not for doing this show, I'd be out there.
This is exactly why we're in this position. Because of people like you, man, very much appreciated. This is happening all over the state. It's much different than 2012.
Well, we thank you for being a major part of that and helping put that together, because we couldn't be gathering the signatures were it not for the organization attempts put together by MI Legalized. I'm just saying. So, if people want to donate, they can go where real quick? If people want to donate...
MIlegalized.com. MIlegalized.com.
You got it. MIlegalized.com. Jamie Lowell from Third Coast Compassion Center, right? Is it the same name?
Third Coast Medical Marijuana Dispensary.
There we go. Thanks, Jamie. Medical Marijuana Dispensary they are now. It's not the Compassion Center anymore. It's the Third Coast Medical Marijuana Dispensary. Coming back on the other side with Puff Danny, who tells us about Puffapalooza coming up in August.
You're getting the full melt.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at canalock.com. Visit canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today, marijuanapatients.org.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Dorr Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, The allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pets.
My Compassion's Cannabis Conference and Exposition will be held July 23rd to 25th. The nation's premier cannabis health and wellness event will feature stimulating and comprehensive presentations that are up to the minute on cannabis science, human health, legislation, and business growth, all designed to attract the largest gathering of patients, healthcare professionals, lawyers, and service providers found anywhere. Specialists from around the country will give live presentations on cannabis. For tickets and information, visit mycompassioncanacon.com.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show. All right, we're back. Disheveled, but back. Let's see if we can get Puff Danny on the phone. Hey, Puff, are you there?
2 monthly subscribers.
Oh, man. See, it didn't work out. I was dialing him blindly during the commercial break. I'll try it again. Damn it. I hate that when that happens. What is up with the phones today? Dude. Here comes the doo-doos. Hopefully I don't screw it up. Do. Let's see if it'll work this time. I don't know. What a pain in the butt. It's busy? How can it be busy? No, I don't like it. I just had Puff on the phone. I had him on the iPhone, though. I was going to plug the iPhone in. See, now I got to start over again. Oh, this is killing me. I'm calling AT&T when I get off the air. I'm over it. I cannot walk stairs and chew gum at the same time. Don't be busy, Puff. Oh, that blind better not be busy. Puffapalooza. We're going to talk about Puffapalooza.
Hello.
Puff Danny's Glass Boutique. Can I help you?
Hi, how you doing?
I am okay, Puff. It's been a crazy day, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I got off work early, so any day I get that, you know.
So you're at the Glass Boutique now?
Yes, I'm sitting at the store right now.
Look, I saw the picture you posted on Facebook of the there's a piece of glass that you've had laying around for a while.
Yeah, there's a piece, me and Ox and another highly talented glass blower locally that a lot of people are starting to know. Jeremy Ross made it years ago, and it's kind of a piece that don't sell well just because of the price you'd have to pay for it. So it just been sitting around, so I decided I'm going to raffle it.
Now, what people can raffle off on this? How, are you raffling it at the event, or are you doing this online, or how's this working out?
We're selling tickets now. We do accept mail-in, money. You send it in, and we'll buy. We'll fill your name out and mail you the piece if you win. They're $2 each, 3 for $5, and we are going to sell them at Puffapalooza and actually draw at Puffapalooza.
That's awesome. So is there an address they could send it to?
3 Puff Danny's Glass Boutique, 3383 Fort Street, Fort. That's Wyandotte, WYANDOTTE, Michigan, 48192. And all the proceeds are going to the Full Melt podcast to, help you maintain all the bills that you, I know, pull out of your own pocket every week.
Look, that AT&T bill is amazing with all the buzz and hum that comes with that bill. It just drives me insane.
Yeah. Maybe for some more money, they'll take it out.
Well, we thank you for doing that. Look, this is a unique piece. It's expensive. Why? It's a lay-down bong? Tell me about it.
It's a lay-down bubbler. We set it up to use oil since that's hot right now, but it just, me and Ox worked on this piece all night long till me and Jay Ross worked on it all night long. We went till probably 8, 9 in the morning when Ox showed up, and then he kind of finished it off.
Wow. So this is a multiple piece work, because when you're working with glass, it's all time considerate, isn't it? It's all time sensitive.
Yeah. And then bigger you go, it's just a whole lot more time. The patterns we put into this one, the marbles we added to it were all, just a lot of time-consuming pieces. We were just trying to have fun that night, so it wasn't about making money or anything. It was just about trying to make something to show off.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. So it's a unique piece. If you get a chance, get tickets by mailing them in. Just if they got a phone number because they didn't get the address, can you rattle off your number there?
734-284-3211. And they can come in, grab tickets, mail in for tickets, get them at Puffapalooza on August 8th down in Jackson.
Now tell us about the event.
That is a little music fest we're throwing out in Jackson at a golf course. It's $20 a ticket for the music festival. It comes with about 15 different musicians, rap, hip-hop, and DJs. And also you can play disc golf for free. If you'd like to rent a cart, there's a small fee. You can actually rent a cart and play disc golf, which is really unique because there's only 2 places now in the state you can do that.
If I give you a copy of the Bill Shooty, the Billy Bong song, will you get the DJ to play that there?
Yeah, I can more than likely get that done.
Well, you are the Puff in Puffapalooza, aren't you?
Definitely. Yep.
I would think that you could get it done.
I've been being called Puff Danny since I think about '97.
I was going to ask you about the nickname, but it's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, back in like '97, me and a friend of mine were listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony and whatnot, and Puff Daddy, and all that, and he's like, Puff Daddy, you're Puff Danny, and then they kind of just, I was blowing glass, so it just all kind of stuck.
Well, look, it's an interesting name. It's gotten you. I think it's gotten you some notoriety, hasn't it? The name?
Yeah, it definitely catches, and people would forget Dan, no matter what you say your last name is. But when they hear you by Puff Danny, they remember that. It sticks with them, and I usually kind of stick with you anyways.
Well, I always thought you did enough great glass work. We wanted to call you Puff the Magic Danny.
Yeah. I don't know about the magic. I don't have much magic.
You don't got no magic? Come on, Puff.
No, I get the job done, though.
Look, I think you do. So now this music festival, there's also a disc golf thing going on. You got
the next day we're going to have a disc golf tournament. Just a fun one. We're going to random pick some teams. I bought some nice water pieces with for the prizes, some water bongs for the prizes. It's $10 a person, and it comes with the cart. So it's just going to be a good time. It's a nice, fun little disc golf tournament.
Now, real quickly about the camping. There's camping, overnight camping for like $20 or something?
Yep, there's camping. We're very limited. I know there's under 10 camping spots left. And we also have a few VIP packages. I think five of those are left.
What's in the VIP package?
That includes camping on Friday and Saturday, and entry into a VIP party Friday night. That's just for a few VIPs and the bands.
Oh, wow.
Then also the day of the show, of course, you get camping that night, and the day of the show you'll get an air-conditioned room inside the clubhouse. Oh, wow. With some free water and snacks and things like that. And those are $100 for a pair, which is $50 a person, but you have to buy it in a pair because of the campsite and everything.
Leave it to Jackson, Michigan to label a street Trailer Park Drive or something. What is it? Trailer Park? What is it?
Trailer Park Drive, 5400 Trailer Park Drive. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm just saying, somebody in Jackson's got a sense of humor.
Yep. No one will forget the address or the street it's on, at least. It's right at the dead end, so it's like you can't miss it.
Look, I've got the you put out that little flyer and you texted it to me, and I've been using it as reference material. I've repeated that thing so many times I nearly know it by heart.
Yeah, we did add a few new bands to it. We just added on actually the last act today. So I mean, we got a few new bands. We just added a really good band called the Rushmores. You can find them online. They played the Wyandotte Street Fair, I think last year. I'm thinking.
Okay.
So they're pretty good local rock band. We got some really good hip hop rack acts that have opened up for Cottonmouth Kings, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
wow.
Cypress Hill. I mean, you name it. These guys have played up on stage right before them. So
talking some major talent there.
yeah,
really
we
quick.
really got some good people.
Really quickly before we get drowned out by music as the show closes, can you tell us the website where they can get tickets?
It's I don't have it in front of me. I believe it's Puppapalooza at puppapalooza.brownpapertickets.com.
Yes, you got it. I was see, I did have it memorized.
Yeah.
You said brown paper bag tickets before. It's not. It's puppapalooza.brownpapertickets.com.
All righty.
Thanks, Pup. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Awesome. Hope to see you there, man.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yep, thank you.
Puff Danny. And go get some glass. Get that glass for the Full Melt Show. We'll see you tomorrow.
The Full Melt Show is a production of TFM Media.